In this tutorial, I will show you how to make this satin dress with a triangle-shaped lace neckline. As you can see, the dress is more fitted at the waist, but gradually flares out towards the bottom, creating a flowing drape that adds movement and lightness. I created a pattern with several length options, and from it I made two versions: a long white dress with a black neckline to create contrast with the light tone of the dress, and a short one completely in black. Both dresses are very elegant and feminine thanks to the fabric and design, but each suits different occasions. The white dress would be perfect for a formal event like a graduation, while the black one is ideal for a night out. So depending on the length and colors you choose, you can adapt the dress for any occasion or event. With that said, let's start with the tutorial. The pattern should be printed at 100% scale. On the first page, you'll find a reference to make sure the pattern has been printed correctly. If everything is right, line up the pages in the order indicated on the instruction sheet and tape them together. Next, cut the pattern according to your size. Satin fabric is usually not cut on the fold, so all the pattern pieces are cut as single layers without folding the fabric. For the bodice, first cut one half following the pattern. Then flip it along the center line to cut the other half, since the pattern only includes half of the front and back pieces. For the cups, each piece needs to be cut twice from the fabric and twice from the lace, as mirrored pieces. I will show you exactly what I mean in the next step. So place one of the cup pieces with the right side of the fabric facing up and cut it out. Then flip it over and place it on the fabric to cut the second piece as a mirror image, so that you have one piece for each side. Now we continue with the lace. The scalloped edge of the lace should be on the outer sides of the cups. This means along the top edge of the outer cup and along the straight side of the inner cup. Flip the pattern to cut the other side, so you end up with two mirrored pieces, just like you did with the main fabric. If the lace goes a little past the edge of the pattern, that's fine, but if there is too much fabric sticking out, it's best to trim it and add another piece of lace so it looks neat and even. Once all the cup pieces are ready, place the main fabric pieces on top of each other, aligning the narrow pieces over the white ones. Then overlock the center and side seams. After that, fold the side edges 1 cm inward and pin them. Next, sew along the pins. Now for the lace. First, place the loose piece of lace on the side without the scalloped edge, so it looks like a single piece. Sew as close to the edge as possible, but make sure to join both pieces with a zigzag stitch and not a straight stitch like I'm using in the video. I did it this way because I thought that a straight stitch would make the seam barely visible, but in the end the lace piece came loose. If you sew it with a fine zigzag stitch, the seam won't be very visible and much more durable. Here's another tip. If you're working with a very thin lace that has holes, the fabric might pucker when you sew it. To prevent this, place a very thin piece of paper between the fabric layers for a smooth finish. Before sewing the lace pieces, try stitching 2 scrap pieces of fabric together to see how the seam will look. Then trim any excess fabric. As you can see, this way it looks like a single piece of fabric. Now, just like you did with the main fabric, join the inner cup to the outer cup and overlock the center. You can use an overlocker for this, or if the lace is very thin like mine, sew it first with a straight stitch and finish the edge with a zigzag stitch. Once the 4 cups are ready, place the lace over the main fabric. If it overlaps a little bit, that's how it should be. Next, pin the 2 pieces together at the bottom, making sure the center seams match. Then serge the bottom and the flat side. This is how it should look. Now sew the part that's still loose. Smooth the fabric carefully and pin it so you don't get any bumps. Try to sew as close as possible to the edge. If the main fabric overlaps the lace in some areas, just follow the lace's shape. And then we are done with the cups. Now let's continue with the dress bodies. Start by overlocking the bottom and sides of the front and back pieces. Place the cups on the dress and pin them, making sure the curves line up. Then sew them with a straight stitch. Do the same on the other side. This is how the front of the dress should look. Next, make a hem at the top of the bag by folding the fabric twice. And sew it as well. For this dress, you'll need an invisible zipper that matches the fabric. Place the zipper against the right side of the fabric so that the edge of the zipper aligns with the edge of the fabric. This time I used sewing clips instead of pins, because with this type of fabric, pins often cause thread pulls. If you do use pins, make sure they are very sharp so they slide in easily. Now sew it using a zipper foot very close to the teeth. I usually fold the zipper slightly away from the side I'm sewing. This makes it easier for the needle to get as close as possible without hitting the teeth. Once you have sewn one side of the zipper, move on to the other side, which is attached to the right side of the back of the dress. And sew it the same way. Once both sides of the zipper are in place, sew the rest of the fabric starting from the zipper top. And then sew the other side of the dress. To prevent the fabric from puckering, I place a very thin piece of paper between the layers again. With the two dress pieces together, we move on to the hem. With very smooth fabrics like satin, I recommend doing a rolled hem. Here's how to do this type of hem. First, fold the bottom edge up about 1.5 centimeters. Then sew a straight stitch very close to the edge. At this step, you can also put a very thin piece of paper underneath to prevent puckering. And trim any excess fabric. Fold the fabric again and sew along the first stitch, keeping the hem as narrow as possible. And finally, press lightly with an iron to smooth the hem if needed. For the straps, I used a black elastic cord. I cut two pieces, each 40 centimeters long. Then I hand stitched them twice to the peaks of the cups. And lastly, sew them to the back of the dress, about 10 centimeters from the side seam. In this step, we also sew the straps twice to secure them in place. And that's it, we are done with the dress. I also took this dress to Germany and filmed some scenes in a castle in southern Bavaria. Unfortunately, I wasn't allowed to film inside, so I had to shoot more scenes after I returned from my trip. Anyway, I think these dresses are perfect for many occasions and places. Let me know in the comments what color would you like to recreate a dress like this in, and for what occasion would you like to wear it. So that would be it for today. I hope you liked this tutorial and I will see you in the next one.